Hello, good afternoon. This is DB Daimazi from BBC Global Education, Butwal, Melanchok. I hope you all are well. Dear students, this is a very special episode for the students who are actually struggling with IELTS speaking. I have encountered different levels of students. I know some of the students feel more and more difficulties in answering or in responding the questions even in the part 1 of the IELTS speaking test. IELTS speaking part 1 is not that difficult part of the entire speaking test. It's just the beginning part of the IELTS speaking, or this is a very short questionnaire session or short interview between the examiner and the IELTS candidate. Dear student, you need not to be scared of answering the questions in this part. The examiner always tries to encourage you speak. You have to think that this is just the language speaking test. This is just the language test. This is just the English language test, okay? Not the test of your knowledge of the content, right? So in this video, I will talk about some ways how you can look confident in IELTS speaking part 1, okay? How you can easily tackle any kind of questions in IELTS speaking part 1. I think this video will be very much helpful, right? Now, I want to discuss some questions. I'm going to discuss some questions, for example, okay? Now, let's look at the first question of the IELTS speaking part 1. There's a question: how do you usually spend your weekends and why? Now, let's see how to prepare, how you should prepare the answer of these questions and speak more fluently in front of the examiner, right? So dear students, first of all, you have to understand the question how. How normally talks about the manner or the way. How do you usually spend your weekends and why? Okay, so now you have to remember some things that you do at the weekends. It's very important. It's always a good idea if you make a list of things that you do during the weekend. Okay, so now how talks generally about the way, the manner you do at the weekend, or how you spend. Then you can collect the list of so many things. For example, how do you spend? I usually spend, I normally spend my weekend happily, because I do many things. For example, what do you do at the weekend? Now you have to prepare a list of things that you do in the weekend. I watch TV, I go to a restaurant, I listen to music, I meet my friends, I go to the cinema, I cook special food items, I talk to my parents, and I talk to my sibling. See, once you make a list of all those things, I think it's very easy to respond or to answer the questions. Now, let's try to answer this question. How do you spend your weekend? I normally spend my weekend very happily, because at the weekend I do many things, including I listen to music, I meet my friends at the cafe, I go swimming, I watch television, I watch my favorite TV shows, I sometimes talk to my parents and have the utmost pleasure of being together with our family members. Now you can make, right? Okay, now let's see another question. How you can respond this question. Which is your favorite part of the weekend and why? Now, listen. First of all, you have to understand what this question is asking. This question is different from this question, right? Which generally refers to an object, which is, it's singular. Verb is singular, which is your favorite part, your favorite part of the weekend. Normally, weekend means Saturday or Sunday has different parts. Maybe it is morning, afternoon, and evening, right? First of all, you have to be clear about different parts of the weekend. For example, morning, afternoon, or the evening, right? And then now you have to be sure what you do in the morning. For example, in the morning, I do some yoga, I drink coffee, I take a shower. Then what you do in the morning? And then I read books. Then after I play some games, like if you're a player, maybe you play badminton or you play football. Yeah, these are the things that you normally do in the morning. Now let's think about the afternoon, what you do. Okay, in the afternoon, I go out, I go to park, I go to the cinema, I go to restaurant, I meet my friends at a cafe, then I go for riding. So these are the things that you are likely to do in the afternoon. And then what you do in the evening time, make a list of things that you are more likely to do in the evening. Yeah, for example, in the evening you watch television, you cook dinner, you go for evening walk, you go to play football, or maybe you go to play volleyball. You have a free time in the evening time, or you have some other important works in the evening. So then you can say, you can choose any part of the weekend, maybe morning, afternoon, or evening, based on your activity. And you can say, dear students, so then what you can do is, like, based on your activities that you perform in the afternoon, in the morning, or in the evening, you can make the answer. For example, so my favorite part of the day is morning, because I wake up early in the morning and involve in yoga. I do yoga every day. I also do some other activities during the morning time, such as I drink coffee, I take a shower, I go for a meeting with my friends in the morning. I feel I have most leisure time in the morning. I feel really refreshed in the morning time. That's why morning is the special part of my weekend. I feel more energetic. You can say this way, or you can talk about the same way if the afternoon is your favorite time of the week. Now, dear student, now let's talk about another question. Okay, do you think your weekends are long enough? See the question here. Do you think this question is not like the other two questions? This question is different in the sense this is asking your opinion. Okay, you understand the question, that this question is asking about your opinion with regards to your weekends, right? Do you think your weekends are long enough? Now, first of all, you have to decide. You have to be sure how many days are off in a week. In some parts of the world, there are 2 days off in a week. In some parts of the day, there's a single day off. If you talk about our country, Nepal, we have a single day off in a week. That's Saturday. So Saturday is our weekend. So question is, do you think, and now it's very important for you to remember the things that you have to do at the weekend. What are the things, what you plan to do at the weekend? For example, you can make a list of the things that you normally do at the weekend. For example, I wash my clothes, I clean my house, I meet my grandparents, I need to complete my assignments if you have to complete your assignments, and then uh, there are some other works you can add in the list, then you think whether your weekend is long enough to complete all those things. Then you can make the answer. Now you can respond. If you think this is not an I, well, for me, or day off, or for me, my weekend is not long enough because I have a huge list of do's. I have to complete a lot of works at the weekend. For example, I have to complete my assignments or homework. I have to go to meet my parents. I have to visit my fields with my parents. I have to support my parents. There's a huge list of things that need to be done at the weekend. So it's the weekend when I get free time to complete all those things. That's the reason why my weekend is not long enough. Okay, this is how, or you can make different answers as well. Now let's see another question. How important do you think it is to have free time at the weekend? See, now this question is a bit different. How important? This is asking the importance of free time. Okay, how important? This much, little important, more important, or substantially, significantly important? How important? Then you have to decide. For example, what you can do at the in free time or at free time, what you can do, you have to think first. Okay, then only you can decide what happens if you do not have free time at the weekends. What happens you also have to work at the weekend? I think life becomes quite poor and miserable. You cannot wash your clothes, you cannot go for physical exercises, you cannot meet your people you like, you cannot spend good time with a family member, you can't spend quality time with the family members, you can't finish your assignment. Then if you think in that way, you will realize that that it's really important to have free time at the weekend. Then you can generate the answer. Well, how important do you think? You can say, I think it's really important. In place of important, it's really significant to have free time, means to have a leisure time at the weekend, so that we can involve in numerous activities that we like. For example, we can visit parks, we can go to temple, we can go to the playground and play some games, some sports, right? So having free time or a leisurely time actually allows us to enjoy our life. That is the reason why it's very much significant to have leisurely time or free time at the weekends. So, dear students, if you read and understand the question very clearly, and if you prepare what the question, based on what the question is asking for you to do, then it's very easy for you to crack the IELTS speaking part 1. You might be thinking that the IELTS speaking test is very difficult, because I have seen a lot of students feel so nervous when they sit for the examination. This is not a good practice, dear students. You must combat, you must fight your fear, having abundant speaking practice every day. You can practice monologues, you can practice dialogues, and you can listen a lot of English podcasts. Slowly and gradually, you will grow more confident in front of the examiner, and you will get the desired band score in the IELTS speaking test. Thank you, dear students. I hope this small video is very much helpful for you to learn some ideas about how to respond the question especially in IELTS speaking part 1. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe my channel, I will make a lot of videos on various aspects of speaking tests, writing tests, listening test, and reading test, which will be very much resourceful for you to get the best IELTS scores or your desired scores. Thank you. Dear students, if you think this video is really helpful for you, please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe my channel. And if you want to get the best scores in IELTS, PT, IELTS General Training, UKVI, Life Skill A1 or B1, or if you want to learn and speak English fluently, please you can join BBC Global Education, Butwal, Milan or Kilotama MoneyGram. You can contact below. Thank you.